So, Miss Gina is very humble, and she doesn't talk about this, but she just won a major victory with her hacking skills. We'll call them. Now, she was at a invite only event in Mountain View, was it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mountain View. Yeah.
and met one of my legendary AI heroes, which was Dr. Ng. That guy, funny anyways. I don't want to monopolize it, but it, if you didn't see the post, and Josh, this is something it's inside the community. I posted up, and Gene was kind enough to share the details and the video. Which you said that you did a meh job. I thought you did a fantastic job in the production portion of it. And I didn't hear any of the problems that you were talking about with the audio um, from, and maybe that was edited out. I don't know, but I thought,
That was a different demo,
oh, it
different
was
product.
okay. Yeah, well,
Yeah, yeah.
you just did an amazing job, just
Thank
absolutely
you.
amazing job on that. It was really cool. I love the,
Congratulations.
Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you.
I,
Definitely
I,
was a surprise.
I loved how much context you stuffed in it in that conversation. And I think it was Diane or Frank, whoever, we were saying the same thing. Like, do you know if you told a person that, they'd be like, hold on, hold on, hold on. Like they would have stopped you multiple times to try to, if they were writing it down or document it somehow without recording it, it would, that was amazing. The speed and accuracy in which it did it was really cool.
Thank you. Yeah,
And
it was fun to do. A little intimidating, but definitely fun to
no
do.
doubt,
And just a
nice.
little bit of context, the hackathon was it wasn't I and a few other people were invited to participate, but it was application only, and there were about 400 developers there. And it was sponsored by Sabre, which is the back end that does all of they're connected to like hotels and car rentals. They basically are the back end that powers how Expedia or any travel books. So it's part co-sponsored by them, and then also Vocal Bridge, which is a voice AI platform. And the challenge was you had to create a voice agent that could basically coordinate all of your travel. And so people had all different scenarios, and mine was a kind of a group travel situation. So I built a dashboard that was connected to all of the APIs, and you could. I think it was a 2-day corporate retreat and a 3-day add-on family retreat. So there are like 50 people in it, and you basically could talk to one voice agent who would coordinate everything, and you could say, hey, Kara, voice agent, Joshua's family wants to come in 1 day earlier because are going to go see a friend, and then it would go and do all of the changes for you on the back end, change your flights, change your car reservations, change do it on the fly without you having to call. Or you could call and say, we want, Joshua's bringing his whole family. He needs an SUV. So we need an SUV. He wants a Toyota model and 2 car seats. And then it would just do all of that on the back end and update it for you. And then you can also set a budget, like the whole budget for this company retreat is, $20,000. And then it
Yeah.
finds the flights related to that and does it. So, yeah, that was my submission.
And as Jacob pointed out, the Office reference was the best Easter egg ever. That was so funny.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was really well done. I'm a
Thank
little
you.
familiar with the US version. I talked about the BBC version, which I watched years before the actual Office came to the US. I prefer that only because Ricky Gervais is such
Ricky
a
Gervais is awesome.
horrible boss in a wonderful way. He's such, yeah, he played that character perfectly, and I don't know, just so it was always hard for me uh to get into the US version of The Office, but my daughter loves it, so I've seen a few episodes. So
I've
I
watched both
was
of them. I
tracking
love
I
with
them.
love it
your
too.
quotes. I
Yeah,
was tracking with your quotes. It was funny,
Yeah,
but that was pretty amazing. Out of and you finished third
it was
in the
finished third. Yeah,
like I
yeah.
said, that's I can only imagine the talent in that room for that you're up against. So it's an honor. Thank you for sharing that, and I'm sorry if I overdid it in the celebration side for
No,
you.
no, no,
I was
no.
like, Gina
It's
hasn't said a word about this. I know she's probably spent from her travel, and then you probably have to answer 10,000 requests for connections and friends and all that stuff. So hopefully you're uh, utilizing your exposure there, and I certainly hope you keep coming around because now that you're famous.
yeah, far from it.
Well,
Um,
you know what I mean. But like I said,
yeah,
I really appreciate you coming in and sharing that, and
yeah.
it's inspiring. I really I think it's really cool the way that you built it, thought through, and just the responses. It's pretty amazing. So I'm definitely
Thank
looking
you.
forward to what's next. Anything
Thank
else you're
you.
building right now? Or are you working on anything you can talk about?
No, I mean this, so this thing with the for the hackathon was really I didn't, it was, there was no thought of like production, but I did afterwards, I did have quite a few, not quite a few, did have some people in the travel industry come up, and especially people that plan events, just say,
Ooh,
this
yeah,
has legs. Um, the ability for somebody who's an event planner to be able to go into a dashboard and say, just instead of her or him having to call 10 different airlines to change
yeah,
flights, to change cars, to change hotel reservations, to be able to do it. And I mean, if you kind of see the demo, you can literally spew out everything that you need changed,
yeah,
and it shows up as a task in the
yeah,
dashboard. And then there's a army of workers in the background that will kind of queue it. It's all queued up. So it's, like, okay, Joshua's changes, Mike's changes, Matthew's changes, and it'll go. And then it's the other part that I built in is verification, because I'm like, you can't trust an
yeah,
LLM, right?
right.
So everything is built. There's live verification, so you see there's like a live feed where you can see every single API call that's changed,
Yeah,
and the receipts are printed out. So there's a printer that is on the back end that leads to the documents. And anyway, so I want to explore it a little bit more. I have to talk to Sabre because their API is closed off, and it's
mm,
so I don't know what kind of access I can continue to have with it.
yeah,
Maybe they'll have a little bit of grace with some of the winners, but
yeah,
it's not like you can just sign up for API access and say,
right.
"Hey, can you give me sandbox to everything that's connected to global travel around the world, please?"
Right, right.
So we'll see what happens with that.